Recording in progress.
Guys, please check your audio and video settings, please. Guys, everyone, please check your audio and video settings, please. Super, guys. Yeah. Tell me, in microservice intra-communication, how many types of client components we can take, guys? How many types of client components we can take? 3. What are those? Discovery client, load balancer client, fin client. Which is the best one? Which is the best one? Fin client is the best one. Okay, guys. Okay. What is the problem with the discovery client? No support for load balance. Who supports load balancing? Who supports load balancing? Load balancer client support, and fin client also supports load balance. In fact, fin also internally uses load balancing. Understanding my statement? What do you mean by load balancing? Okay, sending the request to appropriate instance which is having less load factor. Appropriate what? Service instance which is having less load factor, which is having less load factor, right, boss? Limitation with the discovery client and load balancer client. They can find and get producer MS service instance and other details from Eureka server. But they cannot give HTTP calls to interact with what? Target or producer MS. For that, we need to use REST template separately. Listen, guys. Only service instance comes, and from service instance, we can get the details. Again, we have to use REST template separately for communication with producer MS or not. Come on, guys. Yeah, REST template should be used separately. We need to code manually to find and get a target MS service instance. Yeah, coding we should write manually or not. Calling choose method, calling other method. So we have to write the code for it. Right now, boss? Yeah. Why are you presenting these as a problem, sir? In fin client, we don't write any class, boss. We just write interface. By seeing interface, okay, implementation class will be generated as in-memory proxy class, having logic to go and get what? Target MS service instance having less load factor from the Eureka server, and to communicate with what? And also to communicate with what? This target MS services by generating HTTP request. All these logics will be added automatically in the in-memory proxy class that are generated. That's why it is called abstract client, guys. What is that? It is called abstract client. You need not to write logic, only you have to give declarations. To overcome this problem, use fin client as client component or client type component. Here is the fin client or open fin, one and the same, guys. Okay, it is called abstract client. It is called abstract client. It is called abstract client because we just provide interface with method declaration, adding annotation. But entire logic will be generated in the in-memory dynamic proxy class. That means indirectly proxy design pattern is involved or not. Indirectly here proxy design pattern is involved. What do you say, boss? Indirectly here proxy design pattern is involved, boss. Again, it is called abstract client because we just provide interface with method declaration and adding some annotation. But entire logic will be generated in the in-memory dynamic proxy class. Yes, sir, no, no, boss. Sorry. No, this is not, what is that microservice design pattern, Ra Babu? It is basic core Java design pattern only. Once again, reused in microservices also. Once again, reused in microservices. Got it? What kind of logic will be there in the in-memory proxy class, guys? Logic to contact Eureka server, logic to get less load factor instance of target MS, logic to gather the details from that service instance, logic to create REST template object to communicate with what? Target MS, and logic to get the result. All these logics will be generated dynamically in the in-memory proxy class. Only declarations you provide. It's like a Spring Data JPA repository methods, na boss. How many of you know Spring Data JPA? In the repository, when we write custom methods, based on the method signature, method name, logic will be generated in the in-memory proxy class dynamically or not? The logic will be generated in the in-memory proxy class dynamically or not? Next, boss. It is combination client, boss. It is combination client. That means it takes getting target or producer MS. It takes getting target or producer MS service instance from the Eureka server and also take care of interacting with what? Target or producer MS by generating HTTP calls, that too without writing code. That too without writing code. See guys, it's a combination client. It takes getting, tell me guys, target or producer MS service instance from Eureka server. Also take care of interacting with what? Target or producer MS by generating HTTP call, that too without writing code. It will take care of both activities or not. Not only gathering details, it also take care of communication with the target MS. It is internally load balancer client. That means it gets a target or producer MS service instance from the list of service instance which is having less load factor. Getting my point, boss? Which is having a less load factor. Cool, guys. This mode of client component development improves the productivity of the application. You need to have one interface with the method declarations. When you have to develop interface and method declaration, when entire logic is coming dynamically, definitely it takes very less time now, boss. Here we don't develop helper REST consumer for consumer REST controller. Rather, we develop interface having what? Fin client service ID, and the generated in-memory The generated in-memory dynamic proxy class object will be injected to consumer REST controller. Will be injected to consumer REST controller. Same as Spring Data GPA repository interface is there now. Think about the same thing. Think about the same thing. We develop a interface having this annotation. Okay, by seeing this annotation, it will get the idea. Oh, this fellow is trying to interact with what? So and so target MS. So while generating in-memory proxy class, it will try to communicate with what? That target MS. That target MS. Super, guys. While working with the Fin client, we need to add two annotations. Two annotations are special annotations. Two annotations are special annotation along with the regular annotation in the consumer application. Number one, enable Fin clients on the top of main class along with enable Eureka client. Enable Eureka client, and you should also add this boss. Next, Fin client on the top of interface for which dynamic in-memory proxy class will be generated. Dynamic in-memory proxy class will be generated. So have a look, guys. Have a look. Let us assume my target MS is like this. Let us assume target provider or producer or server MS is like this. Okay, it is having one method. What is the method, guys? Get mapping. Get mapping info. The method is this. What is that, guys? Method is this. String return type is string. What is that? Show payment methods. Payment options. Some logic. Some logic. Here some code, guys. Let us assume we have this, guys. Deepak Kumar, in-memory proxy class, the class generation, class compilation. Okay, everything happens in the JVM memory where application runs. Deepak Kumar, did you attend Spring Data GPA classes? Please respond. When I ask reverse question, please respond. That's fine. That's fine. No problem. So there we take repository interface. Are we writing logics for it? No. Where those logics will be generated? When you run the application, the IOC container creates one class temporarily. Where? In the JVM memory. Source code generation in JVM memory. Compilation in JVM memory. Execution in JVM memory. So that's why it is called what? In-memory proxy class, because why it is called proxy class? It is created on the temporary basis. Once execution is over, it will go off, right? That's why it is proxy class. Where it is created? In the JVM memory where application runs. So that memory is technically called in-memory. Where application is running, that is called in-memory. This class is generated dynamically at what time? A runtime. So that's why dynamic in-memory proxy class. Dynamic in-memory proxy class. If you remember very carefully, while teaching a Spring Data JP and other thing, normal Java class, .java file in the hard disk, .class file in the hard disk, only execution happens in the JVM memory, right? When it comes to in-memory proxy class, source code generation in the JVM memory, Source code compilation in the JVM memory. Execution also JVM memory, right? What is the lifetime of in-memory proxy class, guys? Once execution is over, in-memory proxy class will be deleted. Once the execution is over, the in-memory proxy class will be deleted, boss. Now have a look. How to create a fin client related interface, guys. Public interface, iBilling service, REST consumer. iBilling service, it's an interface, it's not a class. It's an interface, it's not a class, right? Okay. Fin client, billing service. This producer MS application name is what? Service instance. Service instance. Billing service. So we should give this one now, boss. Billing service. Look at this. Public string get billing info. Listen, this method need not to match. Method names need not to match, but signatures should match. Public string, here also public string. Signature should match with the target MS method. Method name need not to match with target MS method name. But what should match, guys? Get mapping billing slash info. What is the 1 minute? What is this one? What is this one? Info is the path. But on the top of the class, I am giving global path also. On the top of the class, I am giving global path also. What is the global path, guys? At the rate request mapping slash billing. At the rate request mapping slash billing. Now concentrate. Now concentrate. Interface is our choice. Here you have to give target or producer MS service ID. Super. Method signature should match with the target MS signature. Method name is your choice. Method name is your choice. Understanding my statement? Okay. At the rate get mapping slash billing slash info. Slash billing slash info. Right now, boss. This is global path. This is this one. And you don't believe one in-memory proxy class will be generated implementing this interface. Inside that, this method will be implemented. Inside that, this method will be implemented. Inside the method, logic will be there to get what? To get what? Target MS service instance having less load factor. Target MS service having less load factor. Come on, guys. And logic will be there to communicate with this method, by internally using REST template. Entire logic will be generated automatically in the implementation of what? Get billing info. You need not to write the logic, only declaration. But on the declaration, you have to mention these paths properly, service instance ID properly. Okay, you just try to get basic idea. I will give complete clarity. Don't worry. Okay, 1 minute. If I put like this, you may confuse. I will develop this part in front of you people. Okay, guys. Pin client interface. Super, guys. Now tell me, what is the interface? Public interface. Okay, tell me. Public interface. iBilling service consumer. iBilling service REST consumer. Okay, whatever it is. Any name you can take for this interface. Tell me, on the top of interface, what should I take, guys? At the rate fin client. At the rate fin client service side. Billing -service. Okay. Oh, super, boss. Method declaration, boss. Yeah. What is the method, guys? This is the method I want to communicate from this client type component. So public string method name need not to match, boss. Public string get billing info. Hey, method name in anything, boss. Declaration of the method. On the top of the method, what should I give, guys? At the rate get mapping. Yeah, this path should match. Total communication path should match, guys. Global path / local path. What is global path? Billing. What is the local path? Info. Super. End of it. End of it. Now you understood, guys? Yeah, if post is there, what to do? When arguments are there, what to do? I will discuss later. First, let's start with the simple one. Let's start with the simple one. What is this? Target MS. Target MS service side. Service. Okay. Interface can have any name. This interface can have any name. Super, guys. Next. Must match with oh, yeah, if you have a two target MS, two interfaces you have to take. You want to invoke 2-3 methods, then you have to take 2-3 method declaration. Must match with the request path of what, guys? Target MS method. Request path including global path. Including global path of target MS method. Target MS method. Understanding my statement, guys? Target MS method or operation. Super, guys. I'm talking about this part. This method can have any name. I think now it is looking easy, boss. This method can have any name. Okay. This signature. Yeah, this signature must match with why it should match, boss? Why it should match? Tell me. If a target MS gives string, here also it should give string, na? Because after all, it is there to call this target MS method. Inside this method, logic will be there to call the target MS method. If target MS method gives string, this method also should give string, right? This signature must match with target MS method signature. The signature must match with the target MS method signature. Convinced, boss? Got the clarity, boss? Come on. Got the clarity, boss? Are you with me? Understanding my statement? So shall we see example application, practical example application? First one, using fin client example. Eureka server, same ra babu, same ditto. Eureka server, same ditto. Yeah, dev tools is required in producer MS, not required. Why, sir? Why you tell me? Why you tell me? Guess it. When you have load balancing, we want to enjoy, na? When you want to enjoy load balancing, you will change the port number, right? That's right. Okay, let it be, boss. I'm giving simple example to understand the first environment. How to deal with post method, we'll discuss them later. Don't worry. 715. RESTful microservices. It's going to be an abstract client, guys. Why it is called abstract client? You got it? We don't develop everything. We just give idea how to develop the logic internally. Based on that information, internally one in-memory proxy class is created. Their entire logics of what? Contacting Eureka server. Getting the less load factor instance will be there. From that instance, it gathers the details. From that instance, it gathers the details like URL, path, mode, all this stuff, and also uses REST template to complete the communication. So you did not do anything, boss. Everything is taken care by. You don't do anything. Everything is taken care by in-memory proxy class. You just give the idea. So this is very interesting or not, boss? Like repository custom methods, ra babu. When you write repository custom method by following some naming conventions, lot of logics are internally generated or not, boss? Lot of logics are internally generated. Super, boss. Eureka server, copy, paste. Okay. 4 guys. Eureka server. Eureka server. Nothing. Yeah, this is 4 guys. Change the file name first, boss. Then change it here also. 4. Yeah, nothing to touch, boss. Nothing to touch here. Okay. Next. Develop project as producer MS, Webkama Eureka Discovery Client. Super. Add enable Eureka. Hey, this is a producer MS. This is producer MS. Are you understanding my statement? This is producer MS. Is that clear, guys? This is producer MS. Understanding, my boys? Yeah, same producer MS of yesterday's class we can take now, boss. Producer MS. Yes, guys. Because we want to feel load balancing here also, right? Some 4. Billing service MS, producer MS. Yeah, boss. We are running we are running as what? This one, boss. Without context path, we are running, right? That too, we have created these projects as what? jar file projects, not the var file projects. We are not deploying in what? External Tomcat server. That's why don't worry about the context part. com.nt was 04. Here is 0. Tell me application.properties. Okay, first I will take 9900 billing service, instance ID. Come on, guys. Registration with this. I think here instance ID is not taken in the property file. Somehow that is missed. So let me add that, guys. Let me add that. Let me add this. Super, guys. Okay. Develop the REST controller having producer method. Same na, boss. Request mapping billing. Port number injected, instance is injected, get billing info. Hey, this is going to be regular one, Babu, regular. Am I going to touch this? Yeah, a little bit of API. API is extra. What is there? In the global path slash API is extra. Fine, let it be. We'll continue as it is. We'll continue as it is, boss. I am not touching this, right? Okay, I am not touching this. Okay, for your comfort in the global path also, I will try to take what? Slash billing slash API. We'll try to maintain the same uniformness. Okay. Anyhow, we decided to follow that standard numbers. Let's continue that standard as it is. This is also same na, boss. Come on, guys. Super. So with this producer MS is also ready, boss. Now what is there? We have to develop consumer now, boss. Develop consumer MS project, adding Spring Web, Eureka client, OpenFin. Along with Eureka Discovery client, you have to add OpenFin dependencies. OpenFin dependencies, right? Okay. This project I try to develop from the scratch because this is the most important one. Nah? Shall we develop this project from the scratch, guys? New Spring Starter project. What is there? 04. Shopping service MS. Consumer MS. Here is what? FI. Pin client. Pin client. Say next. Spring Web. Discovery client, boss. Discovery. Eureka Discovery client. Next, what is there, guys? OpenFin. OpenFin. Yeah. OpenFin. Yes, boss. OpenFin is there. Na? Say next. Save. Nice, boss. First one. What is the first thing I should do, guys? Number one. @enable discovery client. Nice. Next, @enable fin clients. @enable fin clients. Scans the interfaces that declare they are clients. They are clients. Configure component scanning directive configuration Array, its work is scanning what? @fin client interfaces. Configure component scanning directories for the user of what? configuration classes, for the uses of configuration classes. Got it, guys? Super. Copy this. Right. At the rate enable fin clients. At the rate enable fin client. At the rate enable fin clients. Yes, boss. Okay, boss. That's the one thing we have to go for, guys. Next application dot properties, boss. Application dot property. MS port number. Server dot port is equal to 6060. Next one, guys. Okay. Application name in the bracket service ID. Spring dot application dot name. What is this, guys? Shopping iPhone service. Next, boss. Okay. Santosh, you might have attended one client trial. Tell me. Next one. Shopping service is there. Register with URL to register with Eureka server. URL to register with Eureka server. Tell me, I think from any other one we can copy, guys. Right now we are developing application dot property in the consumer MS, right? Eureka dot client dot service URL. Default zone is this. Default zone is this. Default zone is this, guys. Eureka dot client dot service URL dot default zone is this. Am I right, boss? Got the clarity? Here is my application dot properties. Here is my application dot properties. This is there. Next one. Okay. Tell me. Package com.nt.client component. Here I'm going to develop only interface. Only interface. Interface. Tell me. iBilling service. iBilling service. REST consumer. iBilling service, REST consumer. No need of extending from any other interface, guys. Okay. Super. First one. It is targeted for communicating with which target MS? Billing service, right? Here what is there? Fin client billing service. Perfect one you should write. Okay. Billing service. That's perfect, boss. Next. Yeah, next one. It is targeted to communicate with which method of target MS? This method, this method, right? Signature should match now. Okay. Signature should match. There I have taken string. Here I have taken response entity string. That's why I want. Method name is my choice, right? Getting billing info. Super. But should I write the body or only abstract method? Should I write the body or only abstract method? But how does it knows? How does it knows? It has to communicate with this method only. Because we are not matching name also. We are just matching signature. Having public response entity string, other methods may be there, right? By matching the paths. By matching the paths. By matching the path. Here we should write the path. I think now life is easy now, boss. Okay. Slash billing, slash API, slash info. This is global path, guys. This is method path. This is global path, guys. This is method path. Easy na, boss? Tell me. When this method is implemented in the in-memory proxy class, only you will get service instance details, or it will also complete the communication part. It will also complete the communication part, gets the results. It will also complete the communication part and gets the result. Is it not interesting, Ra Babu? Is it not interesting? Come on. Super. That's why it is called abstract client. Abstract client. Super, boss. Tell me next one. Right click, new package, com.nt.rest. 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 Array, already there, my boss. Acha, rest, MS we will take. We are habituated to MS. Okay, fine. F2 MS. Save, okay. Save, paste. Well, guys, tell me, guys, it is having its own path, auto wide. This time, what is the one I have to inject, guys? I billing service consumer. I billing service REST consumer. Client is injected. Super na boss. Nice, nice. Nice means nice. Then boss, after that, what next? Auto wide. Here is the details. Tell me what is the method I should call here? In case there is more than one method having same return type, then why are you bothered, boss? Then why are you bothered? Anyhow, we are giving path na, boss. Not only return type we are matching, we are also giving path. But two methods won't have same path. Super. Okay. Understanding. Come on, guys. Now tell me, what is the method we created there? Get billing info. Use client component support to invoke provider MS service. Got it now? From there, body has come. Same setup I am keeping. I generated consumer MS result, guys. And I combined both billing info result body. Okay, both I combined, I'm sending as the response. Only this is different now, boss. Earlier I used to inject other things. Now I'm injecting my interface related implementation class object. My interface related implementation class object. Life is easy now, boss. Life is easy. What is the magic, guys? Did you remember choose method, getting service instance, from there constructing URI, REST template object creation? Come on, come on. REST template object. Super, guys. Are you worried about all those things? Are you worried about all these things, guys? No. Everything is taken care by the dynamically generated in-memory proxy class or not? Okay, let me give the confidence. Yes, there is in-memory proxy class. Okay, client dot get class dot. Let me prove that that class is implementing client dot get class dot get interfaces. Get interfaces. Arrays dot to string get interfaces. Arrays dot to string. Arrays dot to string get interfaces. Are you understanding my statement? Yeah, I'm trying to give all the interfaces that are there. Okay. Client dot get class interface gives all the interfaces. If possible, get declared interface is there. Get declared interface is not there. Okay, get interface only there. Fine, no problem. I think we all set for execution, guys. Yeah, what is the first one to execute? Tell me. What is the first one to execute? Tell me. Eureka server. Java application, Eureka server. This is not the way to run. Open the main class, run it. Java application. Next, guys, provider application, 2 instances we take today. How many instances, guys? 2 instances. Run as Java application. First instance is ready, guys. First instance is ready. Okay, open application dot properties 90999901. Save it. Second instance also you take this. Right now, 2 instances of server application. Check it out. One Eureka server, separate instance. Billing service, 2 instances. Okay, boss. Let's run the consumer, boss. Consumer. 4444. Fin client consumer. Fin client consumer, guys. Refresh this. Right click, my dear. Run as Java application. Run as Java application. Even this is also registered, guys. Yeah, all of them are registered with what, guys? All these are registered with what, guys? Eureka server, right? If someone says microservices is very difficult, don't agree. If they don't know how to teach, they don't know how to study. That's why they'll feel very heavy. But I think right now you're enjoying now. As of now, are you comfortable? Yeah, still many things are there, no doubt in that. It's all about how you interpret the things, Ra Babu. Okay, local host 8761 8761, enter key. Yeah. How many instances of billing service registered? Two, right? And shopping service only one. Shopping service only one. Super boss. Okay. Have a look, guys. Click on it. Yeah, some wrong URL will come. Accurate URL will come. Now I have to give request to what? Shopping slash API slash details. First request, guys. It takes time because we have kept some sleep time. You know that, right? It takes time. You know that. Second request. Okay. Third request. Total 3 requests are given simultaneously. Total 3 requests are given simultaneously. And we have to fill the load balancing now, boss. But did we write the code of choose method, rest template, all this stuff? No. See the beauty. See the beauty. Not only it getting less load factor service instance of target MS, it also taking care of communication. Okay. First request has got service from second instance. This is important. Second instance. Did you notice that? Second instance. Second request has got service from first instance. Super na boss. Third one, anyhow, third one guessing one. Because the load has to be distributed equally in a boss. Second instance. Second instance. I hope you thoroughly enjoyed all this stuff. Go to server console. Look at consumer MS. Look at consumer MS, consumer MS. Get consumer MS method, guys. Tell me, what is the class name? Proxy class name. $proxy 71. And it is implementing our interface. My theory and practicals are matching or not matching. Whatever I given theoretical statement, one in-memory proxy class will be generated. That is shown or not shown. That is shown or not shown. Come on, guys. Please respond, guys. I'll be happy if you respond. Things are matching or not matching, boss? Things are happening as expected or not? Easy. And moreover, you need not to do only few things you have to do, boss. Few things you have to match. That's it. If you do that work, remaining everything else will be taken care by what? This one, billing service as it is. This one you change a little bit according to new modification. According to new modification, what is the this one I have taken, guys? At the rate get mapping slash billing slash API slash info. Got it, guys? Who provide in-memory proxy class, sir? WebBar, Eureka, IOC container was. IOC container, Spring IOC container will provide. Okay. Target MS service ID. Target MS service ID. Next. Request path of. Complete request path of. Complete request path of. Tell me. target MS operation method, service or operation method. Target MS service or operation. Okay, guys. Rest consumer, injection, consumer dot class, fetch bill details. Super. Execute the application. Run Eureka server. Run producer MS application for 2-3 times the different port number. Change it in application dot properties file. Run the consumer MS. Go to Eureka server homepage. Would modify consumer MS URL as shown below. As shown below. What is the URL, guys? What is the URL I should give? Here, this small change in the URL. Because we have added API word now, boss. We have added API word. I hope you remember that. Okay. Okay. Mr. Basha, Spring Web Client is not part of. Web Client is part of Jersey API. I keep on telling this. Web Client is part of Jersey API. Clear? Okay. I think I have already cleared. We learned Spring REST. There we have REST template only. If you want, I will give practical confirmation to you people. Wait, because every time people ask this question. Yeah, this is one thing, guys. This is one URL I should pass. Shopping API details. Here also. Yeah, in this place we can pass localhost now, boss. Localhost shopping API details. Shopping API details. Okay. Shopping API details. Okay. Don't worry. We'll do everything according to our comfort. Slash API. We'll follow standards. We'll just follow standards. API, guys. Here is what details. Here also we go for details. That things are as expected. Don't worry, I'll give source code also to you. Slash details. Done, boss. Okay. I think now you got the idea. So let it be the output. Yeah, people are talking about this web client. 1 minute. Let me prove one thing, guys. Let me prove one thing. Right. Web client. I think it is used in reactive programming. Web client in Spring Docs. Yeah. Calling REST service with web client. 1 minute. Web client. Yeah, if you have a Spring WebFlex on your class path, WebFlex is related to reactive programming. I will launch reactive programming separately, then you will get the idea. WebFlex module is given for reactive programming. Clear, guys? Understanding my statement? Okay, web client is there in Jersey. Web client is also there in reactive programming. Clear, boss? Okay. What is Spring Web Client? What is the Spring Web Client? Hey, we are using Spring 5 only in our boss, not deprecated. That is not deprecated. Sorry. Your statement is wrong, Mr. Basha. As yesterday also we used it, right? Okay. Your statement is wrong. Don't believe everything of internet travel. What is Spring Web Client? If you are using Jersey API, to develop the consumer, I think in Jersey API it's a web target, web client, web target, web client. I think fine, okay, we'll write only what we have seen. If you are using Spring WebFlex module, okay, supports reactive programming. Reactive programming I will introduce, don't worry. If you are using Spring WebFlex module, supports reactive to develop the consumer, okay, consumer MSR, consumer MSR, consumer client application in RESTful environment. Then we use this web client. Then we use this web client instead of, what is this? REST template. Clear, guys? Instead of REST template. So REST template is related to Spring REST module, right? REST template is related to Spring REST. Okay, guys. Right, boss. Array, while writing this method name, no need of following any standards. Can be any method. No standards are required to follow. I think I already said can be any name. Can be any name. No standards to follow. No standards to follow. Right, boss? No standards to follow. I hope everyone enjoyed. Everyone enjoyed. And if you observe, what kind of code will be there in fetch details method? Whatever code I have written in LBC. Same code will be there. Only the thing is, I need not to write the code. Got it? Okay. Only the thing is, I need not to write the code. Okay. Yeah. By keeping others in mind, newcomers in mind who joined from microservices, what is the difference between normal Java class and in-memory proxy class? What is the difference between normal Java class and in-memory proxy class, guys? Super. Normal Java class, guys. .java HDD hard disk drive. Class hard disk drive. After compilation, you will get hard disk drive. Okay. JVM of JRE loads this class file for execution. Okay. JVM of JRE loads this dot class file execution. This happens where? In the JVM memory of the RAM. In the JVM memory of the RAM. So only for execution RAM memory is utilized. Compilation, source code and compiled code will be there in the hard disk only. HDD means hard disk drive above. Hard disk drive. HDD means hard disk drive. HDD means a hard disk drive, boss. Proxy class, guys. Normal Java application or container execution. Execution. What it will do? Generates in-memory proxy class. Source code. Proxy class source code. Proxy class source code where JVM memory of the RAM. In the JVM memory of the RAM. Right now, boss? Array, what our dollar proxy 71 generated where? Source code generated where? Memory of RAM. Okay, guys. Next, compile. Proxy class compilation. Where, guys? In the JVM memory of the RAM. Where it happens? In the JVM memory of the RAM. Next, in the JVM memory of the RAM. Okay. Tell me, guys, later this execution takes place. JVM of JRE loads this. What is this? Loads this compiled code. Loads this compiled code for execution. Loads this compiled code for execution. Convinced, my dear, got it? Everyone understood my statement, boss? Hurry, private methods will not be tested directly. They will be called from public methods now. While testing public method, private methods will be tested. Hurry. That is what people do. Private methods will be called as helper methods in public method. Anyhow, while testing public method, indirectly private methods also tested. Private methods are not for reusability. Reusability of outside the class. They are helper method inside the class. I hope you understood, guys. Source code generation for a class happening where? JVM memory. Compilation where? JVM memory. Loading of class and execution of class also happening where? JVM memory. Is it not interesting? Is it not interesting? So far what happened? Source code in hard disk. Byte code in hard disk. Only execution in the JVM memory. But here, source code generation. Source code generation. Understanding my statement? Source code generation. Source code generation, JVM memory. Proxy class compilation, JVM memory. Execution also, JVM memory. So that's why it is called what? In-memory proxy class. Everything is happening in the memory where application runs. In the memory where application runs. This normal Java application or container execution takes place where? in JVM memory of the RAM or not? So everything happens JVM memory of the RAM. In the JVM memory of the RAM. Super. Yeah, I will give in different situation how to pass, how to create these interfaces. Some discussion is still left. I will tap that one in tomorrow's session. Thank you. Have a nice time, guys.